What up? What up? What up? What up? What a dope BallHawk here, man. Subscribe. Another quick. Well, the last video wasn't quick. It was 30 minutes, but it was a good discussion, man. Good discussion. You know, when you're sitting at the crib, you got plenty of time. Different from when I'm driving in the car. But I wanted to talk about something else because I don't know if I'm gonna do a live podcast this afternoon or not. Been fulfilling a lot of shirt orders and things of that nature in the afternoon, so I haven't had a chance the past 2 days to do a live podcast. But you know, talking about Antonio Brown and the Pittsburgh Steelers in that situation, right? I've done a past couple of videos, and I always kept telling folks that Big Ben is really a cancer in the issue. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not absolving anything that Antonio Brown has done. Even I just made a recent video when he said call him Mr. Big Chest, that I told him I think he's doing a little too much. You feel me? Especially with the blonding out his mustache. Like, come on, fam. But it was a disturbing piece on ESPN. They had an article and it says Steelers GM says Ben Roethlisberger unquestionable leader of the locker room, and this general manager Kevin Colbert. Colbert called Roethlisberger the unquestionable leader of the locker room, who has the freedom to publicly criticize teammates if he sees fit. He's the elder statesman and the Super Bowl winner. Now, this is why I keep telling folks right here. That's the issue. I knew he was going to say Super Bowl winner. And everybody should be held accountable. You can't treat everybody the same, but wrong is wrong. This one, look, I don't rock with Will Kane a lot, but I do always rock with when he said wrong is wrong, and it is about what is right. It's not about, your stature. It's about what is right and what is wrong. And I hear him in my head when I think about this, because they know Big Ben is wrong for going on a radio show. And I don't know if it's nationally syndicated or not, but the fact that he would go on a radio show and air out grievances that he has with teammates and challenge them in front of listeners and host is not a leader. To me, that's bad leadership, because a good leader understands that if you're talking about Antonio Brown, he's sensitive in the aspect that he's going to take it to heart if you call him out in front of folks, meaning he's going to make sure that if you mess up, he's going to return the same energy. People call it being petty. I call it you open that lane. So if you call me out on a radio show the first time and I tell you behind closed doors, hey, fam, don't do that. Come to me. If we cool, you can cut. Like, if I'm cool with somebody, I'm not going to call them out on the radio unless I've already talked to them, and I'll tell them, hey, fam, I'll say this in front of anybody. And if you don't tell me, yo, don't be telling this in front of everybody. If you say, I don't care, then just know I talked to you first. And if I'm asked about it, I'm going to share what I said to you. But I'm going to put it in context of saying I empathize how they feel. But as a leader, I feel like I have to hold everybody accountable. And if the opposite party then says that I mess up, I can't go on that same radio show and say, well, I ain't worried about throwing interceptions. That's what I do. I'm a gunslinger. And I'm going to keep throwing it. See, that's what it's so many terms built for quarterbacks that allow them to fail, but it's a smoke screen. That is terrible. Look, Big Ben won a Super Bowl. What was it about? How long ago was that? It was a long time ago. Okay. Yeah, you got some Super Bowls between you and Terry Bradshaw. Y'all got all the Steelers Super Bowl, but that don't mean that absolves you from all wrongdoing. Right? It doesn't mean that you can do no wrong. And I just think now I understand Antonio Brown's frustration. I'm not saying he was right in the way that he handled it, but now I can empathize and understand why the hell he wanted to get out. Why the hell Le'Veon Bell was like, nah, I ain't putting my blood and sweat and tears on the line if that dude's a leader. See, that's the thing. If you're a leader, dudes got to buy in. You got to know. And people are always saying, well, the Steelers, they've been successful. It doesn't matter who's there. We could just keep it going. Like Big Ben makes the bigger hole. Because the narrative is built, you need a quarterback to be successful. That's what they say. You need a quarterback to be successful. A quarterback can also lose you a lot of damn games. Sometimes quarterbacks ain't got to do nothing but manage the game and hand it up. We see a lot of game managers be successful. There's a lot of quarterbacks nobody want to give credit to that they win. Case in point, the America's team that that everybody love to talk about, Dallas Cowboys. Ain't nobody gonna say Dak Prescott is the reason why they win games. They ain't gonna get Dak that love because they don't like that. They don't. But he still got the win-loss record beside his name. And if you're going off those same stats, so when people say you shouldn't pay Dak, well, if the quarterback is so important, and if Dak is at the helm with all this success the past 3 years since he's been a starter, how come he can't get paid? You see how the energy changes? That's what I do, man. I just see what the energy you bring to the table, and I make sure the energy is maintained. Now, I wouldn't pay Dak major dollars because I don't feel like Dak is a major talent. I'm gonna pay him accordingly. But unfortunately, accordingly is according to the market. And according to the market, he should get overpaid. According to BallHawk, he gonna get paid accordingly, meaning like, man, hold up, wait a minute. Zeke, what you want? Let me make sure I got him first. Like he a priority before you. I know you the quarterback. I know they say quarterback most important position, but damn it, in Dallas, he more important than you. Hold on, before we get to you, let's go to these offensive linemen. Hold on, Dak. Hold on, no disrespect. Y'all good? Okay, hold. Let me go to this defense. Everybody good over here? Okay, then we're gonna get to you. Because that's just what it is. Just what it is. Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, the reason why Aaron Rodgers got that money, he trusts that the organization will put the pieces around to be successful. Some guys can afford to take pay cuts or be signed less than market value because they trust. The reason why Le'Veon Bell didn't take that franchise tag, he didn't trust the organization. The reason why Antonio Brown wants to leave because he don't trust that dude that's getting hyped the ball. So instead of calling guys divas, sometimes we got to hear them out. My son loves Antonio Brown. That's his favorite player. But he does some things that's not right. We can't control how people respond to things, but we all know, and the way in which you respond can either work for you or work against you. And he's a walking business, so you always got to be strategic. So the fact that he's going to social media, like I like what he's doing of showing daily workouts, and he's not aging, he's taking care of his body, he's doing what he has to do to be prepared, because that helps repair to a team that's thinking, well, he ain't gonna like all what Antonio Brown need to do. And this, if I was him, I'd just say, yo, I didn't get along with Ben. I don't get along with him. He the reason why I acted like I don't like him. And put out how he falls short as a leader, because they doing everything in their power to put out there why you falling short, AB. You gotta match that energy. Sometimes turn the other cheek in professional sports don't get you nowhere. It actually will hurt you, because you'll see folks all the time where he ain't speaking up on his behalf. Look at Colin Kaepernick. Oh, Colin Kaepernick never spoke on his behalf. Oh, we don't know if he want to play football because he's not in the forefront every 5 minutes telling folks and begging folks to play him, to sign him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just responding to a tweet because people don't understand. People don't like that. I don't want an athlete to keep their own likeness. This is the last video. But yeah, man. I just think this GM right here just threw too much gasoline on the fire with Big Ben Roethlisberger, because he always already egotistical prick. And now that you saying he can do what he wants, he has the cachet, the sweat equity to basically call out teammates as he sees fit. He's not fit to do it because he's not responsible enough, in my opinion. But who am I? I'm just a dude on YouTube right now trying to rebuild a channel that got less than 200 subscribers. But sorry, man. Like I said, I was responding to a tweet. But hopefully Antonio Brown lands to where he want to land. Hopefully the Pittsburgh Steelers get what they want from Antonio Brown, and all parties can move on. We know it's going to be a lot of Steelers fans that's saying that Antonio Brown is a diva, aka the B word, the BITCH word. They feel like he's not a team player. You got to be able to separate business and pleasure. When a player talks about money, it's business. It's not the fact that he doesn't care about his teammates. Is that's the part of sports that nobody wants to see and identifies that it's a cutthroat system. So, all right, man. I just did 30-minute string. I ain't do no long one. Y'all be easy, man. Share the content. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit that like button. But this is what I do, man. I like to really go in depth and discuss things and not be a fan and not pick sides and just throw out a different perspective and see if you could better understand it. Not trying to change your views, but just trying to help you better understand views. But the fact that this GM just went out there, said big bang, and basically be unapologetic and call out whoever you want when he sees fit, it was a red flag because I don't feel like Big Ben is fit enough to do. You can't. He's not responsible enough to have this type of cachet and leeway. No. BallHawk, subscribe.